6:50 is the time. Jessops went into administration. That was back in January, but it's about to make a comeback. We can speak to Steph now. She's in London, finding out what that. I suppose it's a kind of a recovery of sorts, isn't it? It's a change around for the store. Tell us a little bit more about it, Steph.
Yeah, it certainly is a big change. Morning, everyone. I'm at one of 30 Jessops stores, which is reopening with new owners. We're going to be talking to one of them in a second. But of course, this is a business that went into administration earlier on this year. It was the first high street casualty of 2013, which meant 180 stores closed and more than 1,500 people lost their job. But now they're relaunching the business, and one of the people who's bought it is Dragon's Den star Peter Jones. Good morning to you, Peter.
Good morning.
Tell us a bit about why you think you can turn this business around, because it looks quite like it did how it used to look.
It does. I mean, having said that, we have done quite a lot. So you'll see a lot of things that it's a bit of a makeover, let's say. But why are we going to be successful and the old business perhaps didn't? It's down to the overhead and the cost base. At the end of the day, to run a retail estate like this, it's very expensive. And to give the consumer the right price, because it's very price competitive, you need to keep your costs down.
So does that mean that the prices are going to be cheaper than they were?
Yeah, what we're going to do actually for the first time, we're going to try and do as best we can to match the prices online as the prices are in the retail stores. And that makes a big difference to the consumer, because if you had a choice, you'd want to buy in a retail store. But the click and collect, which we have on site, on the online piece, is, I think it's going to take off, because I think if people have the choice to buy product online at the best price and collect it in a store and meet the expert staff, which obviously Jessops is renowned for, I think
yes.
I think we've got a chance.
Because that's part of the problem, isn't it? For Jessops, people used to come in, have a look at everything, get the expert advice, and then go off and buy it from someone else.
Absolutely, and that's always going to be an issue. The issue, I think, hopefully changes today for the first time ever in Jessops history, and that is that you come in here, you're going to get the best experience, and also you're going to get a very competitive price.
Okay, Peter, well, thank you for your time this morning. We've got another guest as well, because just to give us the wider picture on how things are at the moment, because you often hear me talk, don't you, about the retail sales. Yesterday we heard from B&Q about their sales being down, and we can talk now to Matt from Lumino about this. Matt, just give us your view. Do you think this is going to work?
Well, I think that the chance that it has got is that when a business does go through an administration, that you can really cherry pick the best parts and take those forward and reshape that in a way that does work a lot better. So in this case, Jessops has gone from having over 200 stores, which was a bit unwieldy, and in this day and age with people shopping more online and so on, that just wasn't necessary. But with a smaller base of just 30 stores and shifting more of that spend to Jessops' own website, it does stand a much better chance. But of course, a lot of those issues which brought it down in the first place are still there, and it will have to adapt to those.
Do you think then that we will see more businesses have this kind of smaller high street presence, bigger online, but still be on the high street?
Absolutely, and I think that is the future, because the way that people are acting and spending is very different. Stores are no longer where people go to compare prices or even to look at the products. That's what they go to online for, and that's where they do their research. They go to stores to be excited, and they go to stores to pick things up, to play with them, and that's what someone like Apple has done very well, and that's why they're one of the better retail businesses we've seen over the last few years.
Okay, Matt, well, thank you very much for your time this morning. That's it for me for now. I'll be back a bit later on getting some thoughts from some other experts as well.
Very good, Steph. Thanks very much. See you later on.
Time now.